Doge is ready to make a massive move, and if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to continue watching this video. Hey guys, Pingu Charts here. Welcome back to another Doge analysis video. As always, if you do enjoy my content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys are interested in $9,100 trading volume, make sure to check out the link in the bio. As you guys can see on Doge, we are starting off with the hourly chart because I did want to point this out. The fact that Doge is in a symmetrical triangle like many other cryptocurrencies, which would explain why we just are not seeing that volume breakout just yet. You can see that Doge is pretty much using this range, a very tight stop. We are pretty much seeing that volume drop, so I would be expecting a explosive move on Doge, whether or not we continue breaking upwards, or of course if we have that fake out situation and have that massive move to the downside. If we do of course have that explosive move, we need to have a break of the symmetrical triangle with the resistance level 0.08 broken as well, and then find it as support and the continuation. If we go over on the 4-hour time frame and I go ahead and delete this triangle, you can see that we pretty much are still below the exponential moving averages. We are hovering right in between them. We are still seeing that form of resistance, but if we can of course break above these levels and find it as support before we continue pushing forward, that would of course become an extremely bullish situation on Doge for the short term. Now, speaking of the bullish fact, of course we'd have to get above that 0.08, because if you guys are paying attention on Doge previously, you can see that we failed to break above that level multiple times. Every time we broke above that resistance level, we immediately dumped right back, and we can see that we had 2 liquidity grabs right over here, which is why I'm feeling like the fact that of course the bears are definitely going to be in control in terms of the long term. Now, speaking about the long term, I did want to talk about a few things on Doge today. Number one, of course, is the fact that if we do have a bullish case scenario, I do want a lot of people to understand that we could be expecting a wick going all the way up to 0.11, right? The reason why, of course, is because I mentioned to you guys in previous videos that if that 0.11 level is to break, we could be expecting a massive move on Doge, because we did have a beautiful BART formation as well as that continuation move to the downside, and that's exactly how it played out. Now, I do want to point at the fact that we do have an inverse BART formation as well, so that would be a very key factor in terms of the levels for the bulls to actually start to take those profits. So keep an eye on that 0.11. Of course, if we fail to break above that 0.11 and we actually start to use it as resistance, I would be expecting a massive shorting opportunity on Doge, possibly writing it back down to 0.06. Now, speaking about 0.06 from the bearish perspective, of course, if we do get a failure on the symmetrical triangle and a break to the move to the downside, then I would be expecting the 0.07 level to break, because as you guys can see from previously, this level didn't hold that quite well. We did have a move to the downside, of course, breaking below that level, had a nice beautiful wick going all the way down to 0.07, and then the V-shaped continuation, and that's what I am looking for on the move again. If we do have a double bottom formation, we can definitely be expecting a wick all the way down to this major level of support, and then the continuation. Now, if we go on the hourly time frames, I did want to talk about, of course, the exponential moving averages, because of the fact that you can see for the first time after a while, we are starting to see an upwards trend on them on the hourly. Pretty much once we broke above this massive news update, of course, from the CPI data, we saw this huge pump on Doge, but we couldn't sustain that level overall. But now we are starting to see, of course, this neutral territory on the exponential moving averages and a push further up, but we have to keep in mind that we are still seeing a form of rejection in terms of the hourly candlesticks, right? You can see we are still rejecting, and of course, because of the lack of liquidity, I wouldn't expect much volume here anyways. But if we do have an explosive move using these levels as our support, we can be looking for this major level to be retested, and then the possible move, whether or not we continue pushing forward or the move to the downside. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. As always, if you do enjoy my content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys are interested in free $9,100 Bitcoin, make sure to check out the link in the bio, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.